All right, guys. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Lofi Poet. We give you the beats, we give you the prompts, you do the rest of the work. We're going to finish with three drafts, or at least starting drafts of new pieces as I send you three different prompts. Each of these prompts will last for about 8 to 10 minutes. Of course, if you have another writing project you're working on and you just want the company, that's cool too. Whatever you need to do. I'm going to show you our first prompt, and I'll be checking in a little bit later once we get to the second. If you would like to have your poem shared with us, you're going to see in the video description there is a link to a Google Doc where you can post your poem, and we'd be happy to take a look at it at the very end of the stream in about a half hour. All right, without further ado, let's take a look at our first prompt. Once more, my name is Jeff. This is Diversus Poetry, and you are watching Lofi Poet. I will see you all very soon. All right, guys. Prompt one in the books, which means we are now ready for our second prompt. And again, if you have a poem that you would like us to review at the end of our time together, you can put that in the Google Doc that's in the video description. Here is our second prompt for the evening, right here. Fill in the blank with a word or a phrase. 3, fill in the blank with a word or a phrase. Fog. Then fill in the blank with a word or a phrase. Again, we'll have about 10 minutes for this one, and then we'll be back with our third and final prompt. Let's get going. I'll see you guys in about 10 minutes. All right, guys. Hopefully the writing is going well. You can let me know if you're getting something that you think you can use in the future. If you're getting nothing, if you're just sitting there, let me know how everything's going. Let's take a look at our final prompt for our session. This time we need to use a line from a poem by Basho, a haiku. All right, here we go for our final prompt. So Basho wrote a haiku that says, "The morning glory also turns out not to be my friend." I believe this is translated by Haas. Take one of these lines, use it as the first line in your poem. Again, in the video description, if you want us to look at your poem at the end, you can put it in our Google Doc. We erase it before the stream, after the stream, so that way it won't stay there. If you would like to share. But again, this is your last prompt. We'll check in again in about 10 minutes. Welcome back again to Lofi Poet. All right, guys, you've done it once more. We just finished another session of Lofi Poet. If you would like us to look at something that you wrote during your time with us, you can put it into our Google Doc. I'll show you what I was working on. As usual, typically with these things, I kind of just stick with one prompt and then just see what I can do with it. It's obviously a very rough first draft. But if you're curious, let's see what we got. Doesn't have a title just yet, but I was working with the prompt. It grew back. Just gonna make it a little bit bigger. So this is my poem to the prompt. It grew back. The arm I cut off will not grow back, or grow back anything in its place. Yet what else in the world does? What else in the world does the world expect? A 10-year-old armed with scissors and a magnifying glass to do. A week after school, but pry an ant from a line of ants to dismember. I will have no defense for how I was curious for the first time baking in the sun of a useless open window, while blackboards droned on about colonies for what felt like a century. That's what I got so far to this point. I'm going to chill in the document for a moment. I see someone's writing. Maybe they're sharing. Give them a moment to do the same. But just while that's happening, just some highlights again of things that are happening for us this week. So tomorrow, if you're located in Columbus, Ohio, we're doing free author photos and poet reading videos. You can get a free video of yourself reading a poem and a free author photo. This is from 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Downtown will probably be at Roosevelt Coffee House, which is on West Broad Street by COSI. And then on Friday, we have our open mic. Okay, so if you want to come out, share 2 poems, listen to poems, put names to faces and things like that, feel free to come out. It'll be great to see you. That is going to be at Third Way Cafe on the west side, West Broad Street. That will be 7 p.m. for the doors, 7:30 p.m. for the show, and that is completely free. One of the few open mics in the city that's completely free. All right, I'm going to check again our document, see if there are any updates. We got one. This is also working to the prompt. It grew back. We'll take a look at this and we'll call it a day. All right. A gardener's shears snipped the tails of bougainvilleas. I never know how to pronounce that flower name, I'll be honest. I know they're big in Argentina. Let me redo it again. A gardener's shears snipped the tails of bougainvilleas, once hemorrhaged petals, sometime in June. Yet the following year, it felt its phantom limbs after the razors went absent, and once again grew anew. Thank you so much for sharing. We appreciate you being willing to give your words to us. We appreciate that immensely. All right, everyone. I'm going to end our session here. Thanks to Miranda for stopping by. Sierra maybe stopping by. Okay, sis. I hope to see you. It'll be good to see you. All right, for my Poet Business Institute people, we're also meeting tomorrow night, Thursday night, at the main library at around 6:15, 6:30 p.m. Okay. All right, guys. With that, we'll be back with more Lo-Fi Poet next week. But thanks for hanging out with me. I will see you all later. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good afternoon.